Question 1. General insurance concepts. Which of the following scenarios most accurately demonstrates the principle of insurable interest in healthcare insurance? A. A person purchases a health insurance policy for their coworker because they share the same office. B. A parent purchases a health insurance policy for their dependent child. C. A person buys a health insurance policy for their favorite teacher as a gift. D. A friend purchases a health insurance policy for their roommate. Answer. B. A parent purchases a health insurance policy for their dependent child. Explanation. Insurable interest exists when the policyholder has a financial or personal interest in the insured's well-being. In healthcare insurance, this is typically seen in relationships such as parent-child or spouse-to-spouse where one party's health directly impacts the other's financial stability. Option A. There is no financial or personal relationship significant enough to establish insurable interest. Option C. Gifts to unrelated individuals do not establish insurable interest. Option D. Roommates typically do not have legal or financial obligation to each other. This principle is rooted in the doctrine of indemnity and ensures that insurance contracts are not used for speculative purposes. Question 2. Healthcare benefits and coverage, scenario-based. Sarah, a 35-year-old resident of Alaska, has health insurance through her employer. She is planning to start a family and wants to ensure her policy covers maternity and newborn care, including complications during childbirth. However, her current plan seems unclear on coverage specifics. What should Sarah do to confirm her benefits? A. Assume all employer-sponsored health plans cover maternity and newborn care due to federal mandates. B. Contact her insurer to obtain a detailed summary of benefits and coverage (SBC) to verify maternity-related services. C. Wait until she needs maternity care to inquire about coverage, as it cannot be denied under care rules. D. Purchase an additional short-term policy to cover any maternity-related expenses. Answer. B. Contact her insurer to obtain a detailed summary of benefits and coverage (SBC) to verify maternity-related services. Explanation. Under the Affordable Care Act, maternity and newborn care are considered essential health benefits aids that must be included in most health insurance plans. However, Sarah must review her plan's SBC to confirm specifics such as deductibles, copayments, and covered services. Option A. While a care mandates coverage, each policy may vary in implementation details. Option C. Waiting until care is needed could lead to unexpected costs if coverage details are not clear. Option D. Short-term policies typically exclude maternity care and do not meet the CAP standards. The ACAM mandates transparency in health plans, empowering consumers to make informed decisions. Question 3. Claims and payment processing. When a healthcare claim is denied due to insufficient documentation, which of the following steps should the insured take to appeal the decision effectively? A. File a lawsuit against the insurer immediately. B. Submit additional documentation and request a formal internal review from the insurer. C. Contact the Alaska Division of Insurance directly to overturn the decision. D. Reapply for the claim with a different healthcare provider. Answer. B. Submit additional documentation and request a formal internal review from the insurer. Explanation. Under federal laws like the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act and state regulations, insured individuals have the right to appeal denied claims. The internal review process allows insurers to reassess the claim based on the additional evidence provided by the insured. Option A. Legal action is typically a last resort and unnecessary at the appeal stage. Option C. While the Alaska Division of Insurance can address grievances, it does not directly overturn claim decisions without exhausting the insurer's internal process. Option D. Reapplying with a different provider is irrelevant as the denial pertains to the documentation, not the provider. Appeals processes are designed to protect consumers from arbitrary denials and ensure fair treatment in claims adjudication. Question 4. Regulation of insurance. Which of the following practices is considered an unfair trade practice under Alaska's insurance regulations? A. Charging different premiums based on age and tobacco use for health insurance plans. B. Offering discount for bundling health and auto insurance policies. C. Falsely advertising the benefits of health insurance policy to consumers. D. Adjusting coverage levels based on the insured's claims history. Answer. C. Falsely advertising the benefits of A health insurance policy to consumers. Explanation. Unfair trade practices include misrepresentation, false advertising, and providing misleading information about policy benefits, terms, or conditions. These actions violate both state and federal regulations, such as the Alaska Division of Insurance Standards and the Unfair Trade Practices Act. Option A. Adjusting premiums based on actuarial factors like age and tobacco use is standard and legal. Option B. Offering discounts for bundling policies is a legitimate marketing strategy. Option D. Modifying coverage based on claims history is standard underwriting practice. In some cases, misrepresentation undermines consumer trust and violates principles of good faith in insurance transactions. Question 5. Medicare and Medicaid. Which of the following statements about Alaska Medicaid is correct? A. Medicaid eligibility in Alaska is based solely on income and does not consider family size. B. Alaska Medicaid covers long-term care services but excludes dental and vision care for children. C. Denali KidCare provides Medicaid coverage for eligible children and pregnant women in Alaska. D. Medicaid does not offer coverage for telehealth services in Alaska. Answer. C. Denali KidCare provides Medicaid coverage for eligible children and pregnant women in Alaska. Explanation. Denali KidCare is an Alaska-specific program that ensures access to Medicaid for children and pregnant women meeting income eligibility requirements. Option A. Family size is a key factor in determining Medicaid eligibility. Option B. Medicaid covers dental and vision care for children under the Early and Periodic Screening, Diagnostic, and Treatment (EPST) benefit. Option D. Alaska Medicaid includes telehealth services, especially in remote areas, as regulated by the Alaska Division of Insurance. State-specific programs like Denali KidCare address gaps in coverage and promote equitable access to healthcare. Question 6. Health insurance policy provisions. Scenario-based. John, a 45-year-old policyholder, has a health insurance policy with a 31-day grace period. Unfortunately, he missed his premium payment due to a financial emergency. On the 25th day of the grace period, John was hospitalized for emergency surgery. Will his health insurance cover the medical expenses? B. Yes, the policy remains active during the grace period, so coverage applies. B. No, the policy is suspended during the grace period and coverage resumes only after payment. C. Yes, but only for pre-existing conditions explicitly listed in the policy. D. No, the insurer can deny coverage during the grace period due to non-payment. Answer A. Yes, the policy remains active during the grace period, so coverage applies. Explanation. Under Alaska insurance regulations, policies remain active during the grace period, allowing coverage for eligible claims even if premiums are unpaid. However, insurers may terminate the policy after the grace period ends if payment is not made. Option B. Policies are not suspended during the grace period. Option C. Coverage applies broadly to eligible claims, not just pre-existing conditions. Option D. Denial of coverage during the grace period violates policy terms. This provision ensures continuous protection while allowing policyholders time to resolve financial challenges. Question 7. Disability income insurance. What is the purpose of the elimination waiting period in a disability income insurance policy? A. To reduce the policyholder's premium cost by delaying benefits. B. To ensure coverage for only long-term disabilities by excluding short-term disabilities. C. To provide time for the insurer to verify the policyholder's medical condition. D. To offer immediate benefits after a qualifying disability occurs. Answer A. To reduce the policyholder's premium cost by delaying benefits. Explanation. The elimination period is the time between the onset of a disability and when benefits begin, allowing insurers to offer lower premiums while excluding coverage for very short-term disabilities. Option B. While it excludes short-term disabilities, its primary purpose is premium reduction. Option C. Medical verification is separate from the elimination period. Option D. Benefits are not immediate but begin after the elimination period. Selecting the appropriate elimination period is crucial for balancing premium affordability and coverage needs. Question 8. Healthcare insurance basics. Which of the following best describes the main difference between HMOs, health maintenance organizations, and POS, preferred provider organizations? A. HMOs offer greater flexibility in choosing healthcare providers compared to POS. B. PPOS require referrals from primary care physicians for specialist visits, unlike HMOs. E. HMOs typically have lower premiums but require members to use in-network providers. D. PPOS restrict coverage to emergency care only when traveling out of network. Answer. C. HMOs typically have low premiums but require members to use in-network providers. Explanation. HMOs focus on cost efficiency by limiting coverage to in-network providers and often requiring referrals. PPOS, on the other hand, offer more flexibility but at a higher cost. Option A. PPOS are more flexible, not HMOs. Option B. Referrals are required for HMOs, not PPOS. Option D. PPOS provide partial out-of-network coverage, not just for emergencies. Understanding plan structures is key to selecting the appropriate health coverage. Question 9. Emerging trends and innovations. How does telemedicine improve access to healthcare for residents in remote areas of Alaska? A. By offering unlimited healthcare services at no cost to patients. B. By eliminating the need for health insurance coverage in remote regions. C. By reducing geographical barriers through virtual consultations and diagnostics. D. By providing better coverage for only routine checkups compared to urban regions. Answer. C. By reducing geographical barriers through virtual consultations and diagnostics. Explanation. Telemedicine leverages technology to bridge gaps in access, allowing residents in remote areas to connect with healthcare providers for a range of services, including diagnostics and follow-ups. Option A. Telemedicine services often have associated costs and are subject to coverage rules. Option B. Health insurance is still necessary for telemedicine services. Option D. Telemedicine is not limited to routine checkups but includes a variety of services. Alaska's regulations support telehealth initiatives to improve healthcare delivery in underserved areas. Question 10. Underwriting and premiums. Which of the following factors is most likely to affect health insurance premium costs in Alaska? The insured's employment history. B. The insured's choice of healthcare providers. C. The insured's tobacco use and plan category selection. D. The insured's political affiliation. Answer. C. The insured's tobacco use and plan category selection. Explanation. Premiums are determined by factors like age, location, tobacco use, and the plan category bronze, silver, gold, platinum under CAG guidelines. These factors help insurers assess risk and determine pricing. Option A. Employment history is irrelevant to health insurance premiums. Option B. Choice of providers impacts out-of-pocket costs, not premiums. Option D. Political affiliation is not a factor in underwriting. Community and experience ratings further influence premium determination within Alaska. Question 11. Health insurance regulations. Which of the following is true about the Alaska Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act HIPAA regulations? A. It allows insurers to impose a 6-month waiting period for pre-existing conditions. B. It mandates coverage for all individuals regardless of health status. C. It provides privacy protections for patient health records and data. D. It prohibits all forms of individual health insurance. Answer. C. It provides privacy protections for patient health records and data. Explanation. HIPAA is designed to protect the privacy and security of health information, ensuring that medical records are kept confidential. It also addresses insurance portability, making it easier for individuals to maintain coverage when changing jobs or insurers. Option A. While HIPAA governs health insurance portability, it does not allow waiting periods for pre-existing conditions beyond the limit set by other laws. Option B. HIPAA does not mandate insurance coverage but focuses on privacy and portability. Option D. HIPAA does not prohibit individual health insurance but regulates privacy and security of data. Question 12. Coverage for dependents. Which of the following is true about dependent coverage under an Alaska health insurance policy? A. Dependents can be covered until they are 30 years old. B. Children can be covered until the age of 26 under CAG guidelines. C. Dependent coverage is only available for biological children. D. Employers are required to provide dependent coverage regardless of employee age. Answer. B. Children can be covered until the age of 26 under CAG guidelines. Explanation. Under the Affordable Care Act, young adults can remain on their parents' health insurance plan until the age of 26, regardless of their marital status, financial dependency, or residence. Option A. The CAS specifically sets the upper age limit for dependent coverage at 26. Option C. Dependent coverage extends to adopted children, stepchildren, and foster children as well. Option D. Employers are not mandated to provide dependent coverage. This is dependent on the health plan offered. Question 13. Auto insurance requirements scenario-based. Sarah lives in Alaska and recently got her driver's license. She is planning to drive her own car and wants to know the minimum auto insurance coverage required by law. What coverage should Sarah purchase to comply with state law? A. Comprehensive and collision coverage. B. Liability insurance and personal injury protection. PIP. C. Uninsured motorist coverage and collision insurance. D. Only liability insurance. Answer: B. Liability insurance and personal injury protection. PIP. Explanation: in Alaska, the law requires drivers to carry a minimum amount of liability insurance, which covers damage to others, and personal injury protection (PIP) coverage to cover medical expenses for the insured. Option A: comprehensive and collision insurance are not required by law but are optional coverages. Option C: uninsured motorist coverage is not mandatory but is recommended. Option D: liability insurance is required, but PIP is also mandatory. Question 14. Workers' compensation. Which of the following statements about Alaska workers' compensation insurance is correct? A. Workers' compensation insurance covers all injuries that happen at work, regardless of fault. B. It is optional for employers to provide workers' compensation insurance if they have fewer than 10 employees. C. Workers' compensation provides compensation only for temporary disabilities, not permanent disabilities. D. Employees can sue their employers for additional compensation beyond workers' compensation benefits. Answer A. Workers' compensation insurance covers all injuries that happen at work, regardless of fault. Explanation: workers' compensation is a no-fault insurance system that provides medical and wage replacement benefits for employees injured in the course of employment. Option B. Workers' compensation insurance is required by law for employers with one or more employees. Option C. Workers' compensation covers both temporary and permanent disabilities. Option D. Employees cannot sue employers for injuries covered under workers' compensation laws. Question 15. Life insurance beneficiaries. In Alaska, which of the following is a required step when naming a beneficiary for a life insurance policy? A. The beneficiary must be a blood relative. B. The beneficiary must be notified in writing when the policy is issued. C. The beneficiary designation must be in writing and signed by the policyholder. D. The beneficiary must be over 18 years old. Answer C. The beneficiary designation must be in writing and signed by the policyholder. Explanation: for a beneficiary designation to be valid in Alaska, it must be in writing, signed by the policyholder, and typically kept with the insurer. Option A. The beneficiary does not need to be a blood relative and can be anyone. Option B. There is no requirement for the insurer to notify the beneficiary at policy issuance. Option D. Beneficiaries can be of any age, though the policyholder may designate a guardian if necessary. Question 16. Health savings accounts HSAS. Which of the following statements is true about health savings accounts HSAS in Alaska? They HSA funds must be used within 6 months after the contribution year ends. B. Contributions to an HSA are not tax deductible. C. HSA funds can be used to pay for qualified medical expenses tax-free. D. An HSA can only be used for medical expenses for the account holder, not dependents. Answer C. HSA funds can be used to pay for qualified medical expenses tax-free. Explanation: HSA funds are tax-advantaged, meaning that they can be used to pay for qualified medical expenses without being taxed. Option A. There is no expiration date on HSA funds. They roll over from year to year. Option B. Contributions to an HSA are tax-deductible. Option D. HSA funds can be used for the medical expenses of the account holder, spouse, and dependents. Question 17. Long-term care insurance. Which of the following is a primary benefit of long-term care insurance in Alaska? A. It covers medical treatment during short hospital stays. B. It provides coverage for nursing home care, in-home care, and assisted living facilities. C. It helps pay for cosmetic surgery expenses. D. It pays for prescription drugs for chronic conditions. Answer B. It provides coverage for nursing home care, in-home care, and assisted living facilities. Explanation: long-term care insurance is designed to cover the cost of care for individuals who are unable to perform basic activities of daily living, adults, including nursing home care, home health care, and assisted living facilities. Option A. Short hospital stays are typically covered by health insurance, not long-term care insurance. Option C. Long-term care insurance does not cover elective or cosmetic procedures. Option D. Prescription drug coverage is typically part of standard health insurance, not long-term care. Question 18. Professional liability insurance. Which of the following best describes professional liability insurance in Alaska? A. It covers an individual against claims related to personal injury or property damage. B. It protects professionals from claims of negligence or errors in providing professional services. C. It covers all legal expenses related to business operations, including labor disputes. D. It provides coverage for accidents in the workplace regardless of fault. Answer: B. It protects professionals from claims of negligence or errors in providing professional services. Explanation: Professional liability insurance, also known as errors and omissions (EO) insurance, is designed to cover claims arising from professional services, including mistakes, negligence, or omissions. Option A. Personal injury and property damage are typically covered under general liability insurance. Option C. Business liability insurance typically covers labor disputes, not professional liability. Option D. Workers' compensation insurance covers workplace injuries, not professional liability. Question 19. Flood insurance. Which of the following is covered by a standard flood insurance policy in Alaska? A. Water damage from broken pipes or plumbing issues. B. Damage to personal property in basements or crawl spaces. C. Loss of business income during flood-related closures. D. Replacement of landscaping or outdoor structures. Answer: B. Damage to personal property in basements or crawl spaces. Explanation: Flood insurance covers direct physical damage from flooding, including damage to personal property in basements and other low-lying areas. Option A. Water damage from broken pipes is generally covered by homeowners insurance, not flood insurance. Option C. Flood insurance does not cover lost business income. This would be separate business interruption policy. Option D. Flood insurance typically excludes coverage for landscaping and outdoor structures unless they are part of the building structure itself. Question 20. Insurance fraud prevention. Which of the following is a key requirement in Alaska's insurance fraud prevention regulations? A. Insurers must accept claims without investigation if the policyholder has been insured for over 10 years. B. Insurance companies are required to investigate any suspicious claims of fraud. C. Insurers must immediately report all claims to the Department of Insurance. D. Insurance fraud must be prosecuted by the policyholder in all cases. Answer: B. Insurance companies are required to investigate any suspicious claims of fraud. Explanation: Alaska requires insurers to investigate claims that may involve fraudulent activity. Failing to investigate suspicious claims can lead to regulatory action. Option A. Insurers are always required to investigate claims, regardless of the policyholder's length of coverage. Option C. Insurers must report suspected fraud, but there is no immediate reporting requirement for every claim. Option D. Fraud investigations are typically conducted by the insurer or regulatory authorities, not the policyholder. Question 21. Coverage for natural disasters. Which of the following natural disasters is typically not covered by a standard homeowners insurance policy in Alaska? A. Earthquake. B. Flood. C. Fire. D. Windstorm. Answer: B. Flood. Explanation: Homeowners insurance policies typically exclude flood damage. Separate flood insurance is required to cover losses due to flooding. Option A. Earthquake coverage is not automatically included but can often be added through an endorsement. Option C. Fire is generally covered by standard homeowners insurance. Option D. Windstorm damage is generally covered unless the specific exclusion applies. Question 22. Umbrella insurance. Which of the following best describes umbrella insurance in Alaska? A. It provides coverage for only home-related accidents. B. It covers a broad range of liabilities beyond the limits of standard policies. C. It covers the cost of legal fees for personal injury claims. D. It automatically covers any damage to rental property. Answer: B. It covers a broad range of liabilities beyond the limits of standard policies. Explanation: Umbrella insurance provides additional liability coverage that kicks in when the limits of underlying policies, such as auto or homeowners, are exceeded. Option A. Umbrella insurance covers more than just home-related incidents. It applies to various types of liability. Option C. 1. It may cover legal fees related to claims. Umbrella insurance is primarily for liability beyond regular policy limits. Option D. Umbrella insurance does not specifically cover damage to rental properties, but it can cover liability for such damage in certain cases. Question 23. Disability insurance. What is a primary function of disability insurance in Alaska? A. It provides income replacement if the insured becomes temporarily or permanently unable to work. B. It provides medical coverage for illness-related expenses. C. It pays for home modifications needed due to an injury. D. It covers the costs of rehabilitation therapy only. Answer A. It provides income replacement if the insured becomes temporarily or permanently unable to work. Explanation: disability insurance is designed to replace lost income when an individual is unable to work due to illness or injury. Option B. Medical expenses are typically covered by health insurance, not disability insurance. Option C. While disability insurance may provide for some expenses related to rehabilitation, home modifications are not its primary purpose. Option D. Disability insurance may help with rehabilitation-related costs, but it is not solely focused on this. Question 24. Homeowners insurance exclusions. Which of the following is typically excluded from coverage under a standard homeowners insurance policy in Alaska? A. Damage caused by vandalism. B. Loss of personal property due to theft. C. Damage caused by termites or other pests. D. Damage from fire or smoke. Answer: C. Damage caused by termites or other pests. Explanation: standard homeowners insurance policies do not cover damage caused by pests or insects, such as termites. Option A. Vandalism is typically covered under a standard homeowners insurance policy. Option B. Theft of personal property is usually covered by homeowners insurance. Option D. Fire and smoke damage is generally covered by homeowners insurance. Question 25. Insuring rental property. Which of the following is true regarding rental property insurance in Alaska? A. It only covers the physical structure of the property. B. It covers both property damage and liability for tenant injuries. C. It excludes coverage for tenant property damage. D. It automatically includes coverage for tenant's personal property. Answer: B. It covers both property damage and liability for tenant injuries. Explanation: rental property insurance typically covers property damage and liability for accidents that occur on the property. It does not cover the tenant's personal property unless the tenant has renter's insurance. Option A. While it covers the structure, it also covers liability issues. Option C. Rental property insurance does not cover tenant property. Renter's insurance is needed for that. Option D. Personal property of tenants is not covered by rental property insurance. Question 26. Commercial auto insurance. Which of the following is covered by a standard commercial auto insurance policy in Alaska? A. Personal injury of the vehicle owner. B. Damage to a vehicle used for personal purposes. C. Liability for injuries or property damage caused by an employee while driving a company vehicle. D. Personal property damage to the vehicle owner. Answer: C. Liability for injuries or property damage caused by an employee while driving a company vehicle. Explanation: commercial auto insurance is designed to cover vehicles used for business purposes and includes liability coverage for injuries or damages caused by employees while driving company vehicles. Option A. Personal injury to the vehicle owner is typically covered under personal auto insurance, not commercial insurance. Option B. Commercial auto insurance covers vehicles used for business purposes, not for personal use. Option D. Personal property damage to the vehicle owner is generally covered by personal auto insurance. Question 27. Insurance coverage for contractors. Which of the following is typically required for contractors working in Alaska? A. General liability insurance. B. Health insurance for their employees. C. Disability insurance for their employees. D. Fire and theft insurance. Answer: A. General liability insurance. Explanation: contractors are typically required to carry general liability insurance to cover accidents, damages, or injuries that occur while performing work. Option B. While contractors may offer health insurance to employees, it is not a legal requirement. Option C. Disability insurance is not always required but can be beneficial for contractors. Option D. Fire and theft insurance may be necessary in certain cases, but general liability insurance is more universally required. Question 20. Insurance for boats and watercraft. Which of the following is typically covered by boat insurance in Alaska? A. Collision damage from an accident on land. B. Theft of the boat or its contents. C. Personal injury sustained by passengers while on board. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Explanation: boat insurance generally covers collision damage, theft, and personal injury sustained while on the water or during transportation. Option A. Boat insurance may cover land-based accidents during transport. Option B. Theft of the boat or its contents is typically covered. Option C. Personal injury is generally covered under a boat insurance policy depending on the terms. Question 29. Identity theft insurance. Which of the following is a key benefit of identity theft insurance in Alaska? A. It covers the cost of credit repair and legal fees associated with identity theft. B. It reimburses for the entire loss of funds from fraudulent transactions. C. It pays for personal losses incurred due to stolen property. D. It replaces the lost or stolen identification documents. Answer A. It covers the cost of credit repair and legal fees associated with identity theft. Explanation. Identity theft insurance typically covers the costs of credit repair, legal fees, and lost wages while dealing with the aftermath of identity theft. Option B. Identity theft insurance typically does not fully reimburse for all funds lost due to fraud. Option C. This insurance is focused on financial and credit repair costs, not stolen property. Option D. It does not replace personal identification but may assist with the recovery process. Question 30. Home business insurance. Which of the following is generally excluded from a standard homeowners insurance policy in Alaska for businesses being operated from home? A. Property damage due to fire. B. Liability for business-related accidents. C. Personal property theft. D. Medical payments for guests. Answer. B. Liability for business-related accidents. Explanation. Homeowners insurance generally excludes business-related liability unless specifically endorsed. Business insurance policies are needed to cover accidents or injuries related to business activities. Option A. Property damage due to fire is usually covered under homeowners insurance. Option C. Personal property theft is covered by homeowners insurance, but business property may not be. Option D. Medical payments for guests are typically covered by homeowners insurance.